It's tea time. Yep, I'm having my tea time rant and rave sessions. I think I am onto something. I like to rant. I also like to rave. So I'm going to try to do both. So I'm about to go to work, and I thought before I go, I'm going to cleanse my being of my rants and then also talk about the raves. So I always have raves for Dooney and Bourke bags. Today I've got the domed satchel as my theme today. And these are satchels that look like saddles. And this is in navy blue. This is the large version, which is about 15 inches at the base and about 10 inches high. And it has a big dome subsequently. Let me get my tea out of the way. In fact, I'm going to ask you ladies, which bag would look best with this outfit? So I'm going to put on the navy blue dome satchel. Now I'm wearing navy blue and taupe and a big old scarf. It's raining outdoors. So I just love this bag. It is just so cute, and it's snuggly, and it's big, and it's monstrous, and it's really a shoulder bag. It's got two shoulder straps to it, and I wanted to know, I can't decide. So this is my rave section. Loving the bags. Also, I have another rave. I have the taupe logo lock. This goes with the jacket. It's just more neutral, not the navy blue approach, but here is the taupe. By the way, I'm wearing jeans. So it's navy blue and taupe today is the theme. Got a nice little belt way under. I'm a little layered up today. Just a little bit. I think I even have a sweater. So I'll take this off. Rant and rave. So here's the taupe. Hey, what do you think? Here is my dome satchel. This was the first bag, ladies, that I purchased in the Dooney and Bourke that got me onto the addiction. Was this chestnut dome satchel. I just thought it reminded me of the Birkin. I know it's a big stretch, but it had that same scale, had the buckles, instead of going this way, go this way, but it's my inexpensive, compared to a $10,000 burqa, is the Dooney and Bourke dome satchel. So here it is in the chestnut. I love how it contrasts off my outfit. So here's choice number, 3? Choice number 4, the Dooney bag. Now it's greens. It might be a little, I don't know. And this is the Dover tote. And I thought that looked cute too. So, right? It's kind of hard to see, you know, when you put it on the crook of your arm. There you go. You got this one, you got this one, you get that one. This was my first baby, and I'll tell you what, I'm keeping it. The leather is perfectly smooth. Look at the leather on that. That's my rave. Oh, so I love the Dooney and Bourke dome satchel. I know you don't hear about it a whole lot, but this is smooth too. Smooth like silk. And I love this bag. Anyway, so that's my rave dome satchel. Oh, we got the hobo. So you guys put down there which one you think looks best. Let me do this again. There's the taupe. Anyway, don't want to spend too much time because I go overtime with my videos, and that's why they're hard to upload. I'm learning. You know what? It's taken me 2 years. Okay, the other rave I want to make. Here's the story. My rant on my last video, I'm going to take it, was with my hair designer. And let me tell you, I appreciate hair designers. You guys make me look so much better, so much more fab, so much. I just had my hair cut, just had it trimmed, right? And guess what? There's a story. Well, I had a hair designer who had issues with my hair color giving the lighter golden honey highlights because she was afraid when it would grow out, I needed to come every month as a requirement to continue with her service of giving me the color selection that I wanted. Now, I've never seen that before, but yes, indeed. And I went into the salon and I was like, hey, finally, I'm going to ask you, why do you keep insisting I come every 5 weeks? because my hair does great at 2.5 months to 2 months. And I would prefer to do it that way. Finally, after 6 months, well, I don't like to do that. I want my reputation about my hair to reflect me and my design. And I understand this. You know, you're an artist, and she's 25. She's really starting her business, and I love giving young adults a shot because they're so talented, a lot of them, and she's talented. And she said, but I want the look to be a certain way, and in 1 month it needs to be refreshed and redone. And I said, well, I can't afford it. So what are we going to do? And she said, well, that's really what, you know, in order, and I could feel her agitation. So I said, you know what, let's just, you know, in today's world, I think you have to stand up and say what you think, kindly, respectfully, with tact, but not blunt and unkind, that I said, that doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. So I was thinking, now, who am I going to go to? Now, you guys are going to laugh about this. So that's my rant, is I really would have liked to have continued with her. Really, she was very good. It takes a lot of training to do hair. I respect it. I respect the industry. I respect what it takes to do it. And so I'm looking at it because I just had it trimmed, and I had it, you know, just, it looks so much better. So now that it's so cute, you know, I don't know, see what you think. And it turned out that I went to her sister, because it was in front of the salon, and her sister works in the same salon, and she was with another client. She comes walking up and she goes, listen, I don't mind doing your hair every 2.5 months. I said, you don't mind? I said, because that's what I'm going to require for anyone to take my business. What happened was, even though it was kind of embarrassing to have this go on in the salon, and it was hysterical because all these women, you couldn't hear a pin drop. It was like, well, I can't afford it. And I was just straight about it. I can't afford to have my hair done that often. And that's the bottom line. And I said, either we can work this out. And I said, I want to work with you, man. I want to work with you. How can we do this? And she just said, well, and then when I started to leave, actually, she goes, well, and you couldn't hear a pin drop. Everybody was frozen. I think there were about 8 in the salon. And it could be she's got commission issues. There could be some reason. Sometimes those managers can be hard on those salon stylists and what they owe and their rent, and they pay rent. I happen to know the business. And so, and as I walk out, she goes, well, maybe, you know, I don't know, maybe I'll consider it. And I said, no, you know, I want you to be comfortable. And if it's not comfortable, you know, the 2 months versus the 1 month or month and a half, I was honest with her. And so I was hysterical because I had my little Dooney bag. What do you think happens? In fact, I was wearing this one. That's why this is the subject of today. As we were having this debate, a woman comes up and says, hey, I really love that bag. Where'd you get it? And she'd never seen it before. Didn't realize it was a Dooney. And she goes, oh my God, what? Here we go. Tea. It's a Dooney. And I said, it's a beautiful dome satchel. Told her where she could get it. She could also go on Facebook. So she might even join the Dooney Den. I mean, I had a convert. So she just loved me wearing this. And so all of a sudden it cut the tension in the atmosphere. It was so funny. So I'm walking over and I'm kind of trying to slink away because everybody's staring at me because they're like, oh my gosh, you wear a bag like that. And then she's talking about affordability of my hair. Well, I understand. But I also bought this bag at a good price. I happened to get it, I think, as is, I believe. And so, you know, I didn't pay full price for it. Nonetheless, it's expensive to get highlights, and I'm picky. I like to have 3 colors, and I'm willing to pay for it. And this gal knew I was willing to pay for it. So anyway, all of a sudden pipes up is her sister. And I didn't know it was her sister. And she comes up as I'm leaving, and she said, listen, I don't mind working with you. And I said, hey, sold, good deal. And she said, well, and then she explained it was her sister. And she said, you know, it's true. You know, once a month would be optimum and all this. And I said, hey, don't get into the sales pitch. It doesn't work for me. And I'm sorry, but if you want an ongoing client, because I was with my last gal for 15 years. And it was no problem. And she knew I was a long-term committed client, and one of those, you know, she wonderful service. You get tea and you get cookies and you get it, and I didn't pay any more for that. She was just professional and very, you know, she'd been in it for a long time. And this sister is about 34. So it kind of shows age difference too, because she goes, but I'm happy to work with you on the time schedule that you want. And I just looked and I went, sounds good to me, because the salon's close to my home and it's easy to get to, and there's a lot of aspects of it that the salon is nice, but it's not, we're not talking, you know, Hollywood here. We're not talking about going down the red carpet, right? I'm gonna get some more tea. Today I have, I'm drinking chamomile. So these are the issues that I want to share with you guys. So here's a rave. Her sister says, hey, and I said, I'll tell you what, I'll take your cards. You do a good job for me. So she just cut my hair. We had our first, and I think she did a good job. And she's going to color it. And she said, no problem. And I said, because I'm happy to pay for the chestnut color and then the honey. And I think there's one in between. And I said, I'm happy to pay for it, but I just can't come, you know, because it's 3 colors. So she said to me, so she's like, I'm happy to have the business. And I realized she had to be very diplomatic because her sister's in there and she's behind the counter and she's like, and I said, now, is this, it's because she revealed, she was honest. And I said, now, is there going to be a problem? And everybody in the salon is listening to this. And I realized, you know, at this point in my life, I'm going to say, I had just been through an AT&T installment. That's another story of a rant that took hours on the phone, and it was really easy. But the sales representatives of AT&T kept misquoting each other. Honestly, the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing, and they were giving me a different line every time I called. So I always call several times. But it took about 2 or 3 hours. I finally got what I wanted. And I was reducing my Uverse. They make it hell to do that, by the way. But I'm on live streaming now on my phone. And by the way, I really recommend that. It's a lot less expensive. And so I'm off the Uverse. And so it was hell to get off it. They don't make it easy. I also had a dishwasher that went out. There was a KitchenAid from Home Depot. It took 3 months, and it was on extended warranty. It went out in 2 years. And I had extended warranty. It took 3 freaking months. It took 2 months to even have someone come look at it. Took 3 months to get a replacement, entire new, because they hung me up. Every time someone would come to look at it, they would bottom out and not show up. I can't tell you how much time I spent waiting for a tech person. And I even talked to the tech person, even made sure that the appointment was correct. I overamped that unbelievable, and no matter what I did, I'm ranting. It was terrible. Anyway, so it turned out that they finally replaced a whole new dishwasher. I was going to have to pay more for it because it wasn't on sale anymore. Well, I managed to only pay $0 in replacement. They gave me a check to go back to Home Depot. I said, I don't want to go back to Home Depot because I've already, you know, this is bad. And, but anyway, that's the way they do it. They're symbiotic. So that's my rant and rave. And so I am going to a new hair salon specialist who was happy to take my business. and then everybody was a sigh of relief. Like you could hear the out of